Hi all. Right everyone, I'm just testing my new little baby, my new little Sony camera. It's a ZV-1, it's supposed to be very, very good. So I'll be using these for all of my paid tutorials that I'm launching this year. So I'll be using my other great Sony camera phone for just, simple free tutorials. But this one I'm using now, you'll be able to see I'm going to be using this for all of my paid to get really top quality visuals for all of my tutorials. So now I'm just finishing off a shirt for someone now, and I'll be explaining about this on my new tutorials, which I'll be launching soon, on how to draft shirt. This is a shirt sleeve. I was showing you how to make the shirt sleeve, the pattern, cut it, and then how to attach it into an armhole. So, and then later this year I'll be launching a whole new course on actually how to drape, pattern cut and sew a shirt up, exactly how professional shirt makers make them. And I'm going to show you that method, and that'll be on a very, very comprehensive, in-depth course, because all of my paid courses are very, very in-depth. I don't leave anything unturned, and because I want you to become, virtually all of my students to get to a professional standard, professional level. So I go into the hows and whys I do things. I don't leave anything out. And that's how I do things. So, and I used to be a teacher in schools and various organisations. So I think I know how to teach pretty good. I'm a pretty good teacher, very passionate teacher. And anyone who comes on my courses, I want them to leave, with great skills. I'm not one of these that I cram everyone in. I see all this all the time. They cram students in. That's why I only teach one-to-ones usually. And if you're family or best friends, then I will teach two of you together. But usually it's just one-to-one, because then I can home in on your weaknesses, your strengths, and then I can actually tailor the course to what I see that you'll benefit from. So we'll go through the curriculum of the course, but if I see where you can improve, or you've already reached that level, then I'll teach you something else a little bit different, so we can deviate a little bit on the course. So now I'm just making what we call a flat fell seam, and this is on a free tutorial actually. I think I've put down on these flat fell seams. So you can do French seams if you want. Some people will do French seams. I will do French seams on very light fabrics. But majority of shirt fabrics, this is a pure 100% cotton shirting, I will do a flat felled seam. I kind of get very irked. It's very irksome for me when I see a lot of home sewers. I don't know why they've learnt a real bad method. It's very inefficient in my professional views. They'll stitch a flat felled seam together like. The proper way is you have to offset it, and that's on one of my courses. So you bring one side back one seam, so it's 1/4 inch, so it's not cut at all. But I don't know why in a lot of home sewers they put it together, butt it together, and then they sew it, and then they trim one seam down. It's a totally inefficient method, and to me it's wrong, and it's more time consuming for you. Just offset it, and that's on one of my tutorials, which you can get for free. And then what I do, all I do is you've offset it 1/4 inch, and all you do is you can go to the ironing board and just fold it over. You can finger press it over, or you can sit at the machine. At the beginning I do suggest that you go to the machine and just fold the edge over and just press that over. But shirt makers, they don't do that, so they'll just sit at the machine, and then what they do is this. The first bit is just a little bit tricky, so you just have to fold it over and then fold it over again. And once you've got it going, it's easy to do. So I just fold it under to the edge of the seam there. And then, it's easier to press it, to be quite honest. It's a quicker way, but it's good to learn this skill because you do everything at the sewing machine. So most shirt makers, they'll actually sit at the sewing machine and probably try and make the shirt up in one go without getting up. Of course, I get up and I underpress it, which is very, very important, especially when you're doing bespoke work, to to really get things neat and perfect. So once you've got that going, you just put your hands underneath, and this will be on my course anyway, so I'll be explaining about all of these methods anyway, so you don't need to worry too much. So basically what professional shirt makers do, they'll just overlap it, they'll just put the edge underneath, and then just make sure everything's cleared underneath, and then I'll just stitch it as I go along. Can you see that? And then keep going. But it's easier to actually press it over with the iron. So, but it's good to sit at the machine and learn this method. So it's good to learn both methods really. So I'll get back to you when I've completed this shirt. Hi all again. Right, so now the actual sleeve is finished now. So I've done the flat felled seam on the one side. You've got a single stitching on the right side, and on the wrong side you've got like a twin stitching. I'm not sure whether the camera can pick this up, but you've got a beautiful finish inside. Really nice. So that is finished now, and see, there's no trimming down any seam at all, which to me, I'm sorry to say to all those sewers that do it, it's a very, very, very inefficient method of trying to make a flat felled seam. You should never ever trim down any seam, and that goes for the French seam as well, which I do teach. I think there's a free tutorial on my YouTube channel, you can find it, and I go into detail about this French seam and the flat felled seam. Of course, when you come on the course, I will be going in depth about all of the techniques and methods. You will learn the professional way, so that's will be sorted soon. So next few weeks there will be a new, I'm not sure where I've got this. Remember, I've got my new camera now, so I'm just showing you. It's my new Sony ZV. I'm going to just pan that out a little bit there. Oops, I've got to bring that out a little bit there. Yeah. So I'm just trying my zoom in, zoom out. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, the next few weeks I should be launching part of a shirt making course that will concentrate on pattern cutting sleeves and how to insert sleeves into shirt armholes the correct way. And then there'll be another video for Sal that will be concentrating on how to pattern cut shirt collars and cuffs and how to make them up and sew them actually into your neckline and to your sleeves. So they're going to be pretty comprehensive, those tutorials. Then later this year I will be launching a whole new course which will be very, very comprehensive, and it will follow the same format as my newly launched course on draping, pattern cutting and sewing dresses. There's 14 videos and nearly 17 hours on that one, so that's very comprehensive. And so the new shirt making course will follow the same format, so it will be very, very in-depth and very extensive. And I'll be showing you how to drape, because of course I'm pretty unique besides being a bespoke tailor, I'm also a fashion designer, so I combine both fashion couture methods with bespoke tailoring, very traditional methods, but I combine them both. So I'll be teaching how to drape on the dress form, which you then will use later to actually drape on a human figure, same method, whether it's your family, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, or even potentially a client. I'm going to show you how to drape a shirt pattern template on them, and actually then it will develop into pattern cutting a shirt from them, and then I'll combine flat pattern cutting methods with the draping methods, and then I'll show you all the sewing techniques involved, which will, how all professional shirt makers do them. So you will learn very, very invaluable methods and techniques along the way. I'd say to everyone, the goal is to, of course, you want to gain great sewing skills, but along the way you've got to learn good methods from a great teacher. There's no other way, you know. If you've got a great teacher, you're halfway there. So always try and find an actual professional teacher, not someone that just pops up on YouTube and pretends they're a teacher. You know, there's a lot of these charlatans around. So try and find a professional teacher, but also find a teacher who's very skilled in sewing as well. And you've got the happy balance, the happy medium of being a great teacher, but also being a great sewer and a cutter. And you will gain valuable skills very, very quickly. So on that note, everyone, I'm glad you joined me, and I hope you've learnt a thing or two about these little seams, these flat fell seams, and I hope you've enjoyed my little new camera. I hope it's it's a good picture for you, and so I'll see you very shortly on my next vlog. And also, hopefully you're actually watching my free webinars, which I'm trying to do weekly at the moment. So there's some little valuable tips and tricks along the way. So as you know, I like to help everyone. Also, is all over the globe, and I really am genuine about helping people. So on that note, if you need any help, just message me. You know where to find me, and I'll try and do my best to help you all. So thanks for watching me. I hope you haven't been too bored, and I'll see you soon. So thanks. Ciao.